Hi, I'm Jim with Stuff Music, and I'm here today to talk about the Marshall Origin 50. The Marshall Origin 50C is a 50-watt 112 combo amp. We have it finished here in black with Marshall's famous gold piping. This amp has 3 power modes, 50 watts, 10 watts, and at the low power setting, 5 watts. This amp features a 112 Celestion G12N60 speaker, the Midnight 60. It comes with a complement of 3 ECC 83 preamp tubes and 2 EL34 power tubes. We have a 3-band EQ with a tilt control that allows you to blend normal and high treble settings a la the classic JTM 45 or Marshall Super Lead amps. This amp has a switchable effects loop and a switchable boost that you can control with the foot switch that's included with the amplifier. The amp has both 8 ohm and 16 ohm outputs and a DI output. This amplifier is also available in both 20 watt and 5 watt versions and comes in a head-only format. Okay, we're back, and now we're going to get some sounds. At the top of the video, I had the amp set up for a nice classic rock crunch sound. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start by putting all the dials at noon and see what we sound like, and then I'm going to adjust from there. So here's everything. I've got the gain, the tilt, all the EQ bands, the presence, and the master at noon, and I have the amp on the 10 watt setting. So here's what we have. Starting on the neck pickup. So a pretty nice clean sound, a little bit of chime, a little bit of sparkle. Here's the middle. And you can hear if I lighten my touch up, or if I increase my attack. Very responsive. Here's the bridge. Next, I'm going to set up a little bit more of a crunch sound. So, like I was saying in the settings, the push-pull, you can engage it manually or you can engage it with a foot switch. So if I turn my gain up to about 7, and then I'm going to keep my tilt at noon. I'm going to bring the bass back and bring the treble and middle up a little bit. And I'm going to engage the boost, and you can hear how much gain that adds. So I'm going to keep in the bridge. Here's the boost. Boost off. Boost back on. Now we can get a good bit of gain out of here. If I bring up the gain, you get more gain out of the amp if you increase the master. So if I bring both controls up to about 7 o'clock, I end up here. And obviously when I bring the master up, I'm going to push a little more bass. So I want to kind of cut my bass and push my mids out and bring the presence back a touch. Here's the boost back in. Now we also have an effects loop on this amp, and you can engage it or disengage it also with the foot switch. That's the other button on the 2-button foot switch. I'm going to turn the effects loop on, and I have an Echoplex in the loop, and let's hear how that sounds. Now if I bring my volume back, get a nice clean sound. So you can really get a wide range. I mean, you don't even really need an overdrive pedal. You can go straight from this kind of clean sound and just as I bring the volume up, switch the echo out. Volume down. Now, last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take it through the different wattage settings. On the low setting, I have 5 watts. Here's that. Back to where we were. And finally, up to 50. This is full power. You get a little more gain out of the amp when you go all the way up to 50 watts. It definitely pushes more air, so it's pushing more bass. And let me bring the master back a touch, try to get a little more of a controlled sound. And I'm going to manipulate the tilt control now. And what the tilt control is doing, if I turn it all the way to the left, it's going to be like you're going in just to the normal channel of an old 4-input Marshall. And the tilt control kind of simulates if you were to jump the channels. So here is just the normal channel. And as I turn it, here's 50-50. A lot of sparkle, a little more gain. And if I go all the way to the right, here's 100%, which would be like the high treble channel. So definitely a much brighter sound. You can kind of chill out on the high end a little there for that one. All right, finally, let's take it over to the Strat. Okay, now I'm back with the Strat, and I have everything set back right at 12 o'clock, and I'm back in the 10-watt setting. Here's the middle pickup position. Let's see what we got. Here's the neck. Neck and middle. Here's the middle and the bridge. Add a little phaser in, maybe. Here's the bridge. Marshalls definitely have a reputation for being a great crunch amp, and you can get a lot of really nice clean sounds out of them. But let's gain this amp up a little bit. And I'm going to keep it here in the 15 watt mode. All right, here we go in the bridge. Kick on the boost. Kick on a little fuzz. Maybe a little echo and some fuzz. Kicks fuzz back off, put the boost on. All right, that was the Origin 50 from Marshall.
That's what we're going for, man.
Let's take a listen to what we got.
You still got to do voiceover for the...
Yeah, let's do that too. Let's get that going. That's correct. Jesus Christ, I'm like sticking to these clothes.